Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network Hot Take. If you haven't seen a hot take before, well, it's where a few friends get in a basement, give our thoughts, give our opinions on a TV show, a movie, or a game. Today, it's going to be a TV show, and that TV show is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Here to discuss, as always, my co-host, Chris Trio.
Gooch, how's it going?
I'm doing well, man.
That's good. We just recorded a very fun other hot take as well.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, check that out. That should be out by the time this goes out. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier will probably go first. I don't know.
So either way, keep a lookout if it hasn't come out yet, but watch it if it has.
So, Falcon and the Wintry Soldier of Soldiering. I don't know why I said that.
Mr. Falcon and the Soldier of Winter.
So, better than WandaVision?
No. Not for me. Not for me, anyways.
Okay.
I can't say definitively, like, I wouldn't blink.
I love how, like, instantly, let's compare. Let's compare.
No, I wouldn't begrudge someone for thinking it is.
I think it's better than WandaVision.
Yeah, so I think that, but, like, for me, the week to week, so...
It's a different show.
It's a very different show. And
Yeah.
I think it's
not the same.
there was more, and I think it's kind of a product of the whole social media hype and everything around it.
There
was
wasn't any of
more,
that.
a little bit hype behind, I guess, WandaVision every week for me. I really was kind of coming back because I was super intrigued. For the first 4 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was very lukewarm. It wasn't until... Until the last 2.
There's only 6.
Yes, yeah, so...
Disney Plus, guys.
It wasn't until the event with Wyatt, the, like, big one, that...
Wyatt. Just call him by his real name.
Oh, is that his? What's his name? Oh, yeah, it's no, don't
John
tell.
Walker.
No, god damn it, Gooch! I want to get to it myself. Johnny
Wyatt
Walker.
Russell.
Yeah, that's. I keep saying, well, it's because I keep seeing his name around all the time because everyone's like, Wyatt Russell, a piece of shit. No, I'm kidding.
U.S. agent. Fuck him.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, I don't know. I just for the first 4, I just was like, this is kind of cool. I kind of like what they're doing. I really liked the chemistry between Bucky and Sam, and I felt like there was a lot of cool things. I felt like there was a few interesting themes. I felt like the Flag Smashers were very meh. But overall, I came out rather high on the other end.
I would say what you said sort of echoes my opinion. I really enjoyed pretty much every episode that came out. I think the issue with WandaVision was kind of like,
Where's this going?
There were so many questions. But with Falcon the Winter Soldier, I wasn't really questioning anything. I was like, oh, okay, can't wait to see what happens next weekend.
Absolutely.
See ya. And like, I wasn't going on Twitter and being like, yo, Dormammu?
Yeah, the people who were like, you see that devil, you see that he was wearing a devil costume? Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Mephisto.
Yeah.
No, and I know it's a running meme.
Did you see that
now.
stained glass window?
Mephisto. He's back.
Yeah,
and he has another Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
No, the speculation did really run rampant on that one.
Yeah. I fucking loved this show. I think its shortness almost helped it. It didn't. I feel like there could have been a lot of room for filler in this show.
Sure.
But like, I feel like the 6-episode cap was a good thing and a bad thing. 1, it constricts what you can do, but 2, you're not filling. I think the only filler episode was like the second to last because they're just teeing up the ending. Like it was just like that lay between like, you know, your main chunk and the end. But the themes they deal with about a black man becoming Captain America.
Yeah, race and just the legacy of America.
I really thought was really well done. And when you compare politics in shows, and I'll just use Supergirl as an example, I didn't feel like I was getting beat over the head about the fact that Sam was black. Like, I don't really need to be beaten over the head with the fact that Sam's black. Like, honestly, I don't really care that he's black. Like, it's not why like I enjoy or like look at his character. And I like one of the scenes that I feel like really, I think, encapsulates what the show is trying to tell you is the scene where they're going to see Isaiah Bradley and the black kid is talking to him and he's like, hey, it's Black Falcon. And he's like, that's not
just
my
the
name.
Falcon.
Yeah, no, he's like just Falcon. He's like, should I call you Black Kid? And I'm like, that's
it's good.
And
yeah.
as soon as that scene finished, I was like, that's it.
No, I think
I was like, that's the Paul. Like that's what this is about. And when they get into the end, it's just like, Do I need a black Captain America? No. Do I need a white Captain America? No, because that's not what Captain America is about. It's not about the skin color. It's about the heart. And I think that's what the show really nails. That Sam Wilson doesn't necessarily think he can be Captain America, obviously, when he's first given the shield and like during the show. And then he realizes that Steve chose him for a reason. And he kind of gets at the end why, and you see that him helping his family and stuff. Like they kind of show you why Steve picks him, because we haven't really got a lot of time with Falcon. He's been in movies, but
he's been more in the back.
He's a side character.
Yeah, and even Bucky, I would even say to that. Like Bucky gets a little bit more to a degree because he's kind of has that connection, but. Yeah, I don't know. I think that theme works, and I do think that there is something to be said, like in an interesting way. I felt like sometimes there were a few heavy-handed scenes in regard to that. But I do think it is interesting that Sam would think about this in the way of like he sees Isaiah Bradley, who is this guy who is completely jaded for a very good reason,
right?
On certain things, and he's
a
like
comic book,
and
character.
He's like, why am I?
A lot of people thought
I didn't know he was an
actor. I forget his name off the top of my head. Plays Martian Manhunter in the Justice League. He's also Martian Manhunter's dad in Supergirl.
Interesting.
But he was casted, and a lot of people were like Isaiah Bradley. And I was like, yeah, probably. Most likely.
So is he that old in real life? That is him.
I don't think so.
He was wearing old man makeup.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought he was. I just wanted to make sure.
In Supergirl, he doesn't look that old.
Yeah, okay. So, but anyways, to get back to him, like I think it is because this guy's jaded. He's like, why would I ever want to fucking be Captain America? This country's done nothing for me. And like
or not even that, but like why do I care about anything anymore?
Well, yeah, but I think it is like it's point. Like he is like he's like I don't want to be Captain America. One, I've never had anything done really well for me. I've been treated as a lab rat, and I was dishonorably discharged, and my family was told I was dead.
And he's a racist.
And I mean, listen, he's an African American man growing up at that time. That would not be a good time. I think we can say that. So I think it is interesting. And then he talks to him. He's like, "Fuck that. Why would you ever want to pick that up?" But Sam's like, I just kind of like the message by the end of like, well, what the fuck are we? I'm gonna be Captain America. Like, and I felt like some of the stuff he was very on the nose at the end of his speech, but it took a turn where I was like, oh, this is actually interesting, and I like the way he was even talking just about how to deal with things, and just when he's like, some people will hate me for putting on this suit. Some people will love me, and everything in between. I don't give a fuck. I got to do what I think is right. I think that's what Captain America at the core is about, and I kind of like even Sam goes at one point, like Bucky goes like, man, I don't think me or Steve really thought about what it would be like to give you this shield. We really didn't think it through, and he's like, it doesn't matter what you guys think at this point. And like I think he kind of learned to separate the mantle of Captain America from the man of Steve Rogers. Because when he thinks about Captain America, he just thinks Steve. He doesn't think about like what he's representing. He knows who Steve is.
Right.
It's deeper.
There's no conflict with Steve.
Because he's
a white dude with blonde hair.
And I think there is like, listen, I think there is something interesting to be said there. And I think while sometimes they did it in a very heavy-handed way, like I said, I think there is an interesting message to send there.
What do you mean heavy-handed?
Just in the way of like, I don't know, there were certain scenes like when they're getting like absconded by the police, and it's like things like that, and it's like, listen, and even like
that was pretty heavy-handed.
Like, and there was there was another one that I can't. But again, it didn't. I was like, okay, we get it, and that's fine, and I think there's something to be said there, like I am saying. But overall, I thought just how Sam got to the point of wanting to become Captain America was very satisfying. And I think it made sense. And just to go beyond that with Bucky, I think the way he developed that relationship, or the way that was developed, and the way I forgot Sam was a counselor for like people coming back from war.
Yeah,
which was interesting. Like, and which is it's told in the first movie. Obviously, like you do know this, but I thought just watching him kind of walk through that with Bucky, and that like scene where they're kind of having the shield toss, almost like throwing the freaking baseball back and forth. Like it's cool. It is, and I think it's very well done. And I think it's a very cool conversation between two friends of like this guy's trying to figure it out. And I think Bucky did have some cool growth in this, and I think this idea of him going through this list and trying to talk to these people was interesting, and I felt like he did have some growth, and I felt like there was a lot of things accomplished there. I'm trying to think.
I would disagree with you. I think by the end, Bucky, like, sure, he has some revelations.
There's one scene that they didn't dwell on enough, which I will talk about.
I still feel like okay, so one conversation I was having with you was like, okay, like the show is now Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Well, that's what I think they're going to do a movie. They already announced they're going to do Captain 4. But
Right.
4, yeah.
So
whatever that is.
You understand what I'm saying? Bucky needs to have that switch as well. And that's kind of why
do you think
I captained the idea of Bucky becoming Captain America, because how do you get past being the Winter Soldier and having this past, and give me a sec to talk, and having this past, and it's like by becoming Captain America. It seems like the ultimate redemption. And, he is Captain America in the comics at some point, and so is Sam. But I just seemed like that was like the most obvious course projection for him. But this show kind of proved me wrong in a way. I'm like, you know what? Sam Wilson as Captain America doesn't seem like too much of a bad
And I think
idea.
It just makes sense.
But what happens to Bucky now?
But
it's kind of
I guess, yeah.
And I wanted that show to maybe like tee up more what Bucky becomes after this, because maybe he's the Winter Soldier and he just changes the Winter Soldier persona to something good, because he does do that in the comics.
Sure.
But there can't be two Captain Americas, so we know that's.
And
not
I think that's out the door.
So do we call him White Wolf? Is he gonna like?
I think that's what because I do think
character?
he had a personal growth throughout this, and I think he is real. Like he's starting to realize. I don't know. Like he did do these things. He wasn't responsible. I mean, at the end of the day, it's tough to get around that. And there was a point. There's a scene near the end that I was like, you only spent like a flash on that, like, and I guess with the old man.
Ah, okay.
They really kind of just like do it and then move on. I was like, whoa, let's spend a little more time on that. But I don't know. I thought this kind of growth of like when he has that conversation with Sam and he's like, well, if like, why'd you give the shield back, Sam? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, and then they start going into it and he's like, I don't know, maybe Steve was wrong. He's like, no, he can't be wrong, because if he was wrong about you, he was wrong about me. And that's not okay. Yeah. And you see these guys who both kind of rely on this dude in a different way, like this friend that they've grown up with in different ways and in different facets, how they respect him. Like, I like how by the end of this, Steve, he mattered and he did his part and he was Captain America. But like at this point, they got to figure out what's right beyond what Steve thinks. And like, I think they've kind of really put him to bed, like in a way. And I thought it was funny how they kept joking about how he was on the moon and stuff like that.
Because I think one thing, like in the meta canon of this, we need to move on from Steve Rogers being Captain America.
Yeah.
Just like we need to, in a way, need to move on from Tony Stark being Iron Man. Like, and these characters are dead, and we kind of need to act like they are and move on. They can't just be we can't be referencing Steve Rogers every single time Sam Wilson is like being Captain America. At some point, him mentally, he has to be his own man. Like he can't and like I think that's for the story's sake, but also our sake. Because guess what, man? I would like these characters to stay dead. I don't want to see Steve come back in any way for a while.
No, I agree.
Same with Tony Stark and whoever else is dead. Like Black Widow. We're getting the movie, but that's kind of different. But like I don't want to see Black Widow just keep coming back.
No, I agree.
Reason.
Once they're dead, they're dead. Yeah.
Let these deaths be meaningful, and that's kind of why I had an issue with WandaVision. Vision dies, and he just comes back, and it doesn't mean anything.
I disagree with you on that, but that's on our WandaVision podcast. I think that one's acceptable for me for a few different reasons that I just don't really feel like getting into. But I hear what you're saying, and I do agree for the most part. I think this proved to me that you can move the Captain America franchise on without Steve Rogers, and you can make Sam Wilson a viable person to take over the Shield and someone I'm interested in. And like I think this was a cool transition thing. I think there were some things that COVID caused to be taken out, like the Flag Smasher storyline.
Let's talk about the Flag Smasher storyline.
I felt like that was
totally
very
changed.
underwhelming.
Yeah,
I just like it was this kind of weird group that was like, so they get super soldier serum somehow because it's recreated by this man. Oh yeah, and we'll get into Zemo at some point, I guess.
Yeah,
I just remembered.
It's in the back of my head. I didn't forget.
And these people, the idea kind of makes sense. Like these people who were around during the blip, they saw the whole world unify. Then everyone came back. They were displaced once again. They want to do one world. And all that good
global
stuff.
repatriation
As council.
GRE.
Yeah.
Global repatriation something.
I thought it was council. RPC.
No, it's RP.
Or
a GRE.
I thought it was the GRC.
Maybe it is the GRC. Yeah, it is the GRC. Global Repatriation Council.
Yeah.
Which is an organization we don't nearly get enough about. Like I'm just like, I want to know more about this organization, just like I want to know more about Sword and Shield at this point.
It's funny, yeah. You were really concerned with your organizations. I could really care less about these organizations.
I think the GRC I don't really care about. I guess for now, they're not Shield and Sword. Sword and Shield kind of like, I feel like, give the Avengers like some legitimacy within like it grounds them in a way. They're not like, and the Avengers aren't a thing right now, I guess. We don't know the stuff.
Yeah, there's not really
the
official
Avengers can't be a thing. Like no
Sam
way.
just seems to be doing his own spec op stuff by himself. Yeah, no one seems to be really keeping in contact.
No.
Which I'm kind of fine with, but again, like
in a way, it's kind of weird.
Well, you really would think someone would show up,
Dude.
to that.
Dude, think about this. Think about all the trauma certain people have gone through, Wanda being one of them. You think, like, what's left of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers wouldn't, like, try to, like, band together and, like, make sure everyone's okay? It's almost weird that none of them are in contact.
It is. Well, it's weird to the degree, especially with this. Like, where is everyone?
Yeah, where is everyone?
Like, you guys, like, the GRC is getting attacked. And they're like, all right, there's 3 Captain America guys there. They'll do fine.
There's 3 captains there. Whatever.
And actually, I do want to get to who is it? Johnny Walker.
John Walker.
Johnny Walker. You want a little Johnny Walker? It's a whiskey, I believe, right?
It's a drink. I get it.
You're welcome. I'm glad. Yeah, I felt like his storyline was very interesting, but we will get to Sir Johnny Walker. Yeah, but where is everyone when the GRC is being attacked? Who is alive at this point? We got Doctor Strange, Wanda, Vision's obviously back.
I mean,
Spoilers.
everyone besides Steve and Iron Man.
The Guardians are also obviously out doing their thing with Thor is out in space, and he's not on Earth. Hulk is alive, right?
Yeah.
Where he's probably just on Earth somewhere.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud because like I'm really trying to think of like where everyone would be. Captain Marvel's doing nothing per usual. Yeah.
Scrolls, I don't know. Sword shit.
So I guess really there aren't many people on Earth, right? Like big besides like Hulk. That's all. And Doctor Strange. But Doctor Strange, I feel like is more like if reality is at stake, he steps in. It's not like.
The GRC stuff seems a little bit out of his jurisdiction.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
like
the movie,
the Sorcerer Supreme,
right?
Yeah, would do. So that one's fine, but it's not fine in WandaVision for me. But that's a whole other story. So I guess that is fine. But yeah, I don't know. I felt like there was this kind of very like even with the GRC, like the way they were just like so dumb. They were like, these people are on land and it's not fit. Like it's not that black and white. So and then I love how like Captain America, Cap himself at that point is just like just get it done. I don't care. Figure like, basically that's kind of what he says. But it's fine. I guess are we into spoilers at this point? I guess we've kind of been going. Yeah. There's really not much to say. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know. I think overall I did enjoy the show. We were talking about something specific and I've lost it. Do you want to talk about Sir Johnny Jack Daniels Walker?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Sir Johnny's I'm having a stroke. No. John Walker. What did you think of him overall? Got a lot of death threats apparently for some reason because people are idiots.
I disliked him for a reason that the show kind of.
How can you like
Well,
I think
that
that's
character?
how. I think the whole
You're
point
not
is
supposed to like him.
No,
you're not.
See, like I guess I didn't not like him at first. I just felt like he was just a guy trying to like. He's like, listen, I've been given a job. I truly am trying to hold myself up to the standard. I'm a current day war veteran who is apparently the most decorated soldier ever, who's probably seen some shit. Like war back when Cap was going to war was much more black and white, good versus evil, than when Sir Johnny Walker, Jack Daniels, was going to war.
All right, I'll let you go.
Gooch is finally getting the joke. But I feel like giving this to this guy who's gone through probably some insanely traumatic things and had to do some stuff that Captain America just
Definitely
probably did not have to make a choice about. And
right.
I feel like it was a very interesting idea of giving a contemporary soldier this mantle to live up to without a super soldier serum. And I mean, John Walker, he seems to be like what Captain America is like in the comics, where in the comics, he's just a peak man. Like he's not like super, like he is as strong as a human can physically be. He is as athletic as a human can physically be. In the movies, he's more like Like he's got super strength and stuff like that. But this just seems like he is a peak human, and he can even use that shield. He seems to throw around that shield pretty well. But I don't know. I felt like his story was a lot more black and a lot more gray, which I appreciated.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the character's supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Right? It can't, like, you know, he's not. I think they end up painting U.S. Agent and John Walker in a very weird light, and I mean, by the end, I was like, oh, they were trying to redeem him a little bit.
Well, because I think at heart he is a good, like he was a good guy. Like by all intents and purposes, he seemed like a.
I guess, like
he seemed like a decent
Sure.
human being who was just trying to do the thing, and I think Lamar was keeping him
in check.
more in check, and like he was kind of keeping him more
Battlestar.
grounded. Mr. Battlestar himself.
Yeah, I think I was surprised that they were trying to redeem him in the last episode, where instead of going after Morgenthau, he goes after the truck of people, even though he
has a moment of clarity. And yeah, they kind
and
of
then him and Bucky have that moment. I was like, huh, they're not painting him out to be the villain.
Well, I think they are again,
Or like a bad guy. Maybe not the villain.
It
is the
came
right
off
word,
to
'cause
me-
Flag Smasher.
yes,
is
absolutely.
the person, not the group. You know, we get a gender bend version of Flag Smasher here. Flag
Which I
Smasher
didn't even
is
know
a
was a
character
person,
from,
yeah.
from the comics. Again, we're kind of talking about that cut story because of COVID. They changed a lot of shit up. Like,
We don't have any confirmation of that. We don't know. But like,
Yeah, we
those,
do.
well, no, not like we have possible sources saying that could have happened.
I think
but there's
that was
not. But like, there are certain things. Supposedly, there might have been a pandemic storyline in this, and since this
the
was
vaccines in the beginning, well,
So, like-
they're just there, and then they never talk about them again.
I think just before COVID even happened, they had this story about like someone releasing a virus maybe and things like that, and it might have been cut. And I think there's a few things in here that might have just been jumbled around. And apparently, I was watching this video where they apparently did a lot of ADR too and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that part, the Johnny Walker, Jack Daniels. I was waiting for the. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
The Winter Soldier and
Who are you talking about?
and the Falcon. That storyline was the strongest part. And then Zemo came in for a second to put on his mask and
Zemo
dance.
almost
and then
seemed tagged on. It like I liked
seemed fan
Zemo.
service-y.
I liked the way they retconned his character, meaning
Baron,
he's
yeah.
actually a Baron, and he does have some money and a title, and he's using it and he's showing it off a little bit now.
He is a very old butler. He makes continue to work for some reason.
He is the Baron Zemo from the comics now. He was not in Civil War. For all intents and purposes, Zemo was just a dude.
He even has
And
his, like the
now-
purple ski mask. Like, what was that?
He puts it on for all of 7 seconds.
Literally.
And takes it off. It's a little like, okay, they're setting him up for Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers. One of the
Yeah,
other.
maybe, but like,
We'll get to that at the end.
we'll
get to it.
Merit one or two more times. That's all I'm saying. Like, only one
get to
time.
it.
All right, fine. But yeah, I felt like he was a little bit underwhelming. That scene,
I really like Zemo.
I think he's awesome. And I think what's his name? Daniel Bruhl is a great actor. He's
Yeah.
really amazing. But the scene where Bucky like pretends like he's gonna shoot him, I thought he was gonna shoot him. It got me. Like I was like actually like I was like, oh, he's gonna kill this fuck. Like he's saying fuck you. Like this.
Oh
is
no, no Dark Avengers.
But then the click, it got me. I was like, and then the Wakandans come out. But just to go back to Johnny Walker again for 1 second, the one scene I really did like was when he got beat up by the Wakandans, and like he's just sitting there defeated, and he's like, "Come on, man, you all right?" He's like, "They weren't even super soldiers, man. Like they like," and I'm like, they're giving this guy a shield to go fight super soldiers. Even Sam, like he's fighting with super soldiers, and they're like punching him. And I get he uses his wings to deflect sometimes, which I think he should be, and especially when he gets the new ones by the end, like he's doing some cool stuff, and I like that a lot. But he's like taking punches from them. I'm like, you're just a man with wings. Like you're not like Steve Rogers. You should be getting a little. And I get it. It's a man with wings throwing a shield. It's not a real show, Chris. God damn it, leave it alone. But still, it just kind of was like, let's use those wings a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. That's my rant.
Do you like Zemo?
Yeah, I thought Zemo was fine.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they could have spent an
Little
entire
rushed.
episode on his escape.
Yeah. I feel like he comes in, he does what he's doing, and he's gone.
Sharon Carter.
Let's talk about
Yeah,
Sharon.
I just thought of her.
Sharon almost pissed me off that the
It
fact
did.
that she was the power broker. I'm like,
Well, I saw
Not-
that coming from a mile
not
away.
what, why, but like, yeah, it couldn't have been more obvious.
Yeah.
And it's just like she comes out. The first scene she's in, it was like so goofy. Like after she rendezvous with them and they go to Madripoor, which is an X-Men reference, by the way. And they go to Madripoor and they're in the shipping containers when Zemo puts the mask on. She walks out. Yeah, there's a car. All right, let's do it. Like whatever she says, it's like, what the fuck was that?
You know how I knew.
Like, what do
it
you
was
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
what do you do?
okay, like you're probably the power broker then.
The scene where I like,
And she snipes the person and knows right after. Yeah.
well, I had so many. The one that definitely sealed
Like,
the
you
deal
could've
for
been
me in the
watching.
last episode, before it's revealed completely, is when she has to incapacitate the one dude, and she like throws like this mercury bomb in with him and like melts his skin. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
that was dark for like a, but. It just feels like such a. I get she was screwed over by the government after like Cap disbanding and stuff like that.
It's interesting,
but like it feels like a really steep fall for her,
right?
Like to a
it's
completely
interesting,
other side.
And I'm not like totally against it, but in the same time, I'm like, huh?
It just doesn't
Why?
feel like it's even the same character to me.
Because like she is related to Peggy, and it is the exact opposite of Peggy.
Well, and she seems like a
and
very.
like, what are they teeing up Agent Carter, it's Agent 13,
So,
Sharon to do? Is she going to
know
be
what
part
theory
of
I
the
saw?
Dark Avengers or the Thunderbolts?
You know a theory I saw online, which I was like, I'd be fine with that. That would be good. She is a Skrull. That's not the real Sharon.
I don't like that.
I would.
Not
say-
everyone's
well,
a
but no,
fucking Skrull.
No, she doesn't have to. But like that would work for me for her to show up in Secret Invasion. Like that could tee her up for something, and because they are doing Secret Invasion, they're doing Skrull stuff. I think that is a legitimate, like, not that doesn't feel like a Mephisto type possibility to me.
I don't like. I didn't like the fact at the end of what's it called, that Fury and Hill were Skrulls. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, it sets up so many questions of like,
I know,
okay,
it's like,
when did they leave?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like why?
It makes you think about things that you shouldn't have to think about. In my opinion,
It makes everything like why? Like what do you mean? Like where's Shield? Where?
what's going on?
Yeah, and then just like, all right, Sharon's the power broker. Sure, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Like realistically, like she's like, okay, like let's talk about Dark Avengers.
There was one other before we get to that. There was one other thing that kind of like confused me and like kind of didn't make any sense to me was when they give Jack Johnson the shield.
What?
Gooch, just let me have this.
Who's Jack Johnson?
Mr. Jack Daniels.
Stop! Like it's not funny. I'm lost.
I am. To be honest, I've made myself lost. I can't remember his name. John Walker. Now I lost my thought because we were just
When they
going
give
off.
John Walker the shield.
Yes. No one's mad. Everyone's like cool. And I guess it's because he's like a war hero, but like there's never any like in real life, if there was a decision made like that, there would be a sect of people who'd be like, no one should take that up. That's like, no, like I'm not for like, and even in like, I feel like they had a similar issue in The Boys and stuff like that with certain storylines. They show like, and I get it, it's a fake show, but I feel like they show an unrealistic reaction of how a real world backlash would be. There would be a campaign on Twitter, reverse Cap or something like it. Like I'm so, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I
Like
agree
there
with
would
you.
be like something like, no, nothing beats regular Captain America. No one else can do that. And there's someone else like, no, we need a new Captain America because blah blah blah. Like it would be everywhere. That would be a big thing.
Good point.
Like that's what I feel like
point.
would be a cool little aspect to see. But yes. So the Thunderbolts. Were we about to get into?
Real quick before we jump into Thunderbolts / Dark Avengers, I want to shout the score, mostly because it takes off some of the best score in the MCU, which is the Winter Soldier soundtrack.
I would contend the best, in my opinion.
I mean, nothing beats Winter Soldier. Sorry.
That's what I mean. What did you just say? I'm sorry.
That they take tracks from Winter Soldier
Exactly.
and Civil War,
That's what
and that's
I'm
why
saying,
this score is so good. So yeah, Winter Soldier is the best OST in
Absolutely.
in the MCU, because most of the other movies are trash. Anyway,
Just I wouldn't even say like I guess
Yeah, the
like
scores
just
suck, come on.
unmemorable. Well, they're just unmemorable.
they suck.
But no, they
Suck.
they would suck if they took me out of the movie. They just are. They're just there. They
They're just
are
there.
nothing.
They're just there.
Yeah, they
They
aren't.
are just
They're next to nothing.
Portals, okay. Captain America's theme, okay. Iron Man have a theme? No. Does any other character besides Cap
No,
have a theme?
I'm not gonna sit here.
No.
I'm not trying to defend their score. I'm just saying like it doesn't. They don't take away from the movie.
Even
from me.
Bucky has a goddamn theme, and it's pretty cool.
No, I agree.
The Winter Soldier theme. Technically.
Anyways, let's continue.
So we kind of end with what's her face? Julie Louise-Dreyfus is the actress, but What's the fucking?
I can't remember her name. She's
Yeah,
Madam Hydra. Or
Madam
whatever.
Hydra / Nick Fury's lover person in the comics. She is the one who will get Thunderbolts together, and Ross will head it, and then the Power Broker will be involved. Like it's so obvious how they're setting this up.
It's funny. I didn't think about that, but that's
We
genius.
set up U.S. Agent. You know, John Walker's now U.S. Agent. Same uniform, just black. Take off the A's and the America stuff.
Yeah.
And you have your dark Captain America. And
What shield do they give him? Do they make another very semi-impregnable? You know what I want? It wouldn't work because they couldn't use it as a frisbee, but I want like the shield shape. Like I
Yeah.
think that would be cool, but I don't know how you make that. He can't throw it. You'd have to. They'd have to have it some type of other auxiliary function.
or maybe it's like a projector, like
Or
holograph
it's
thing.
like a barrier. You can stick it in the ground and you can use this. I don't know. There's a few. A better writer than I could come up with something
Yeah,
cool.
I think here's what I want for the next Avengers movie. I don't think we need a big villain. I think they should verse another group.
No, I agree.
And I think like teeing up
Seems like
Thaddeus
that's what they're
Ross
doing,
to
yeah.
become Red Hulk, U.S. Agent as Captain America, and we'll
is it-
insert more villains here.
Isn't in the Thunderbolts? Don't they all pose as superheroes though?
That's Dark Avengers.
Okay.
That's Norman Osborn being the Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
And yes, everyone is like a stand-in. Yeah, I think that would be cool. That would be that would be a cool Avengers movie for them. Okay, we're not facing any extraterrestrial creatures
Threat,
or
nothing
Thanos level
rolled
stuff.
up.
We're just fighting like an evil version of us, and I feel like that's compelling.
want it to be
That's not something they've been done yet. They haven't fought like a team like that.
Not a team like that, but I feel like we have seen movies of heroes and villains that fight that are just the same powers, which is a little. Yeah, but
I feel like it's a group v group thing.
so you could
and
you could mix and match.
I feel like
all.
it's just like it's more interesting because like
Now, do they do Thunderbolt or hear me out or Abomination? Because he's already made.
you mean Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross? Yeah. Okay.
No.
You said Thunderbolt. Do they thought?
Instead of instead
they
of
could,
Ross, because
apparently Abomination is supposed to be back. Oh, by the way, Julie Louis-Dreyfus character, whoever her
she was
name
supposed to
is,
show up in Black
Black
Widow.
Widow.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that Yelena Belova, Yelena Belova. Thank you. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks.
You're welcome.
She becomes the Black Widow for their group. Maybe we don't know how that ends. We don't know.
It really
But she's supposed to be in that series or the movie.
It really sucks that we're getting this Black Widow movie so late, and I feel bad because I
Yeah,
feel ScarJo
it's-
earned it, and I feel like there's a lot of like,
Not even so late. They should have just done another story, dude.
yeah, or just at this point,
I hope Taskmaster, by the way, if they kill off Taskmaster, I swear on my fucking grave, I will be so fucking mad. That character is so cool, and can go up against any Avenger and like be a threat. Like if they kill him or her, if they kill them, I will be so mad. Taskmaster would be great in Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers.
and that's what I think they would probably see.
Great, fantastic. Like
When does Black Widow take place again?
in between Civil War and Infinity War.
Interesting. What else? I love. Well, I'm getting like my streams crossed. I was about to say something about Mortal Kombat. I loved the scene at the end with Sam and Isaiah when he shows him his spot at the mural.
Yeah.
And it really did feel like
It was a hard tugger.
it was a heart tugger. I had misty eyes for sure. I felt like it was just very well earned, and I feel like he kind of softened this guy in it. It was a very poignant moment. I enjoyed it a lot. This guy's finally getting credit, and he as far as we know, he tore Bucky's arm off at one point. I thought that I really
Wait, what?
remember when he's talking when Bucky shows up. He's like, "I remember you. You haven't aged a day." He's like, and then he's talking about how they met, and he's like, "Yeah, last time we met, I tore this fucker's arm off or something." He doesn't say fuckers, obviously, but yeah. Also, one other little funny
His
scene.
grandson is
He's a super. What's a superhero? I can't remember.
he becomes a Captain America. Maybe
Does
not
he?
Captain America. Maybe
I thought
it's-
he's like another. Like I know he's in like Young Avengers, right?
Yeah, he's a young Avenger, but he's a Captain America type. I don't know if he's actually Captain America or what his name is, but yeah.
I would have loved to see a flashback though, to him. Like I
that
don't
would've
know
been
what.
interesting.
Like I'm
Because
curious as to why
I think
they
it's
didn't.
red, white, and black. I
Yeah.
think is the comic that the Isaiah Bradley stuff comes from. It's a very weirdly drawn comic. It's interesting if you
Yeah.
have a chance to look at it.
And is that the exact same story in the comics? Like he was
Yeah.
tested on during the Korean War
he's,
and like
yeah, he's one of them.
yeah.
He's not the only one. There's a group of black men who were injected with the super soldier serum, and they kind of like have these like crazy adverse effects.
Yeah, so that's
And
the
they're
other
all
thing
like
with the like
deformed and weird looking. It's
and he's like the
interesting.
only one that kind of came out normal. For the
Yeah.
most part. Yeah, and that's one thing they do follow this. Yeah, it's weird in this, and I mean, he even speaks to it like you don't need Vita Rays or whatever for this serum. It doesn't bulk you up or anything. It just makes you a strong person, like when you inject it or something like that. And it seems to kind of do the thing that he says in the first movie, where it's like it makes a good person good and a bad person worse or something like that. But like it seems a little bit more like gray again with like Johnny Walker. He like he can kind of get it under control sometimes, but you know he's a confused individual, and it seems to make him lose his temper a bit. Did he cut that man's head off?
No, I think he just smashed.
He just
it in.
bludgeoned him.
Yeah.
Because I took it as he
His wife
decapitated
is
it.
interesting. His wife is so supportive of him.
I mean, you got to think.
Because imagine if his wife left him, and then like it kind of fuels the rage a little bit more.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. They really make this character redeemable. Like they really make.
and I
John
think that's
Walker
on purpose because
redeemable,
I don't think he is.
which is just an interesting choice,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Is he innately a bad guy in the comics?
Yeah.
Like he's like he like works like he's not just like I think I'm better like I don't like it, like because in this it seems like more
He's
of
not like a bad dude, but like he's a bad dude. I don't know. You know what I mean?
he seems much more like they're going towards the anti-hero.
He's not
type.
anti-hero, but like Deadpool's an anti-hero. Like I don't think like he's more in the lines of like throw me an anti-hero, throw one at me.
Venom,
Yes.
Spawn. I don't know, like that. I'm just thinking.
I think
like,
Venom would probably be a good take because Venom can be good sometimes.
Well, I guess the whole thing. I think like the definition of an anti-hero is like you're a hero, but you don't mind getting your hands dirty.
Yeah.
Like you save people, but like you will fuck some
I'm trying to
people up.
think who from like DC, like Slade.
Yeah, he's
Like
kind of
Slade's-
worked his way into an anti-hero type
right?
thing.
Like Slade isn't. Yeah, totally an anti-hero. Like he's a villain, but like he's not.
I guess there's
just a
iterations depending.
Or like Deadshot, maybe.
Nah, he's kind of a villain.
Nah, you're wrong, dude.
I don't know. I
I'm
consider
trying to
him
think.
more
I'm
of a
trying to
villain.
think.
I guess he has more. Anyways, moving on to the
anyway.
anti-villain topic. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious as to how they. He seems just like a guy who's trying to do his best, who has seen a lot of shit, and like now he's going to be taken advantage of by this Madam Hydra lady. Does he have a super soldier serum in the comics?
I don't know.
I did appreciate how Sam was like, I'm out here with no super. Like, I don't think they're ever gonna. Part of me is like, get that super soldier
No,
serum.
no.
But then the other part of me, like, yeah, I guess it's cooler, but he does
No.
he does need the vibranium wings and stuff though. Like,
Yeah,
so
he
that,
does. He does
like, I
need
want to
the-
see those used a lot. Like,
Yeah.
because if he's taking punches from like, right from like some superpowered people, and he's like, I'm cool. That takes me out of it. It does.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else, Gooch? I'm
We
trying
did.
to think.
We kind of talked about Flag Smasher a bit, but like, do you want to talk about Carly?
Yeah, I don't really have much to say, to be honest. Like, I guess like her idea is interesting, but then she just starts slipping down this path to where like she's like, I don't care, I'll kill as many people as I want for free. It's like Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad trailer. He's like, I love peace, and I don't care how many women and children I have to kill to get it. It's not like it just seems very like backwards. And I guess there's this whole idea about her going down the path of extremism and like supremacy
the Flag
that
Smashers
Zemo talks about, but like
could have been done better.
it just was very bland.
And then, yeah, again, that might be the byproduct of this storyline that was cut because of COVID. Yeah, I'm
supposed
I'm
storyline.
excited to see.
Captain America 4.
Yeah, and whatever comes out of this. So what's up next? Black Widow and then Shang Chi, which looks okay.
Shang-Chi,
Shang-Chi's just gonna be interesting from like all sorts of perspectives.
I would even go as far to say it looked great to me. Like it
The
really
suit
blew
looks
me out.
horrible.
I think it just looks like another Marvel. Like it doesn't. It just looks Like I don't
Like,
really.
it looks so
but
bad.
speaking of suits and looking
Bad?
bad, they don't in this. Like I think they look. They don't look bad in Captain America.
Oh, yeah, they
in
look
fact,
great.
Sam Wilson's Cap outfit looks
Incredible.
almost directly translated, and it works perfectly. I feel like you rarely see that. Truly, like that. It's like so almost.
I think like
directly
Darkseid is like another example where like he's perfectly.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, like
it's like
just looks
it's
exactly from the comics.
yeah. No, you can you put him up like you can cut the image in half and meld it together, and you're like, that's literally the comic come to life.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of
And
any
I
other...
like the way Zemo looked.
No, I think Zemo looked cool. Again, I don't know.
I just want to hold him, see the whole of the glass.
Hold him at, yeah.
Like the glass of wine or some shit with that, like in the comics.
Oh my god.
And I like how they do the fur too
Yeah.
with the jacket. Like it works. I'm trying to think of. Did you like the Dora Milaje stuff? Did you like how they kind of came in?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
So there was a theory, or maybe we were talking
Chadwick
about
Boseman.
No, I was like, no way. I was like, that's like way too much. Like, why would he just? Be
I didn't
fucking
think
out
they'd
there?
do that. Well, I mean, I did
Because
think
it makes sense that. Sorry.
No, I didn't think it was out of the realm of possibility. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
But like, I know Zemo kills T'Chaka, but like, I think T'Challa got over that, whereas the
No, he
Dora
did, but he
Milaje,
wanted-
who is actually protecting him, would be the one who'd be mad.
No, that's true. And we don't know what his. Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing. How they're gonna handle
And this takes place in 2023.
that. Interesting.
This is 6 months after Endgame, whereas WandaVision is 3 weeks. So our timeline is all sorts of fucky
and
still.
apparently, Spider-Man takes place
For this,
before WandaVision.
right after,
Or is it after WandaVision?
it's
or?
right after. No, it takes place right after Far From Home.
Okay.
They're gonna have to get this timeline back in order.
I mean,
It's
I
all
don't think
sorts
it's
of fucked up.
well, no, it's just more of like, I don't know. Knowing what, I guess they do sort of affect the event, like how you perceive the events of knowing which order they took place in.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
But they seem to have no bearing on each other so far.
Yeah, I agree. Anything
Well,
else, Scooch?
COVID fucked that up too.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Well,
they did
apparently-
have stuff in there, and they're like, we gotta cut
Apparently,
this.
they had a few more episodes planned out for WandaVision, and they had to like completely like they had to cut certain episodes and certain ideas.
Really?
Yeah. So
And why does Captain America only get 6? Like that's a short order. Not that
well,
they
remember
like
those
I
were
said,
all like 50 minutes.
True.
Basically. Like
Yeah,
so
true.
and WandaVision was like 30 minutes for some, 40 for others, 35 for others. But
Trying to think if we didn't hit everything. I think we
I
kind
feel
of
like we really did. But you know,
everything.
once we finish, we'll think of what we have.
yeah, always do. Always
So
do.
that's just how it goes. But guys and gals, whoever's out there, thank you all so much for watching with us live. If you've been with us on twitch.tv/Delco Nerd Network, we have a really lot of fun doing this. And we're glad you could hang along with us. You can find this podcast on all your favorite services. Just search our name, Delco Nerd Network. We are on all the social medias as well, at Delco Nerds on all of them. We have a Facebook page as well as an email. That is delconerds@gmail.com. You can email us some fun stuff there, topic ideas. If you have a question about the show, we'd be happy to answer in post haste. We also have a Discord channel, which is a lot of fun. We talk about Captain America. We talk about, I don't want to say James Bond, Metal Gear Solid. We'll talk about Gooch loves Kojima. You know that, but we'll talk about that as well in there.
I do like Kojima.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. For Gooch, I've been Trio. We will see you guys next time. Stay nerdy, guys.